10 British villages, so charming you'll think they're movie sets. There's something magical about stumbling upon a village in Britain that looks like it escaped from the pages of a storybook. These places aren't just pretty. They feel impossibly perfect, as if a film crew might roll in at any moment. From cobbled lanes and honeystone cottages to peaceful rivers, colourful harbours and sweeping Scottish landscapes, these villages blend history, beauty and charm in a way that feels almost unreal. Here are 10 British villages so charming you'll think they're movie sets, each fully verified and fact-checked. 10. Combe, Wiltshire, England. Combe is one of those places that almost feels fictional. Tucked deep within the Cotswolds, this village has long been celebrated as one of the prettiest in England. And for good reason. Wander down its quiet lanes and you'll find a cluster of honey-coloured cottages lining a shallow stream, all surrounded by gentle countryside that glows golden in soft sunlight. What makes Combe feel like a movie set is its extraordinary preservation. There are no modern street signs, no overhead wires interrupting the skyline, and no new builds squeezing into the landscape. Everything here feels frozen in time. The stone bridge at the village entrance is one of the most photographed spots in the country, and the old market cross still stands as a reminder of centuries of local life. Visitors often describe Combe as the type of place where you expect to see period drama characters turning a corner at any moment. Despite its fame, Combe remains surprisingly peaceful, especially during early mornings or quieter seasons. The calm flow of the By Brook stream and the soft crunch of gravel underfoot give you that rare sense of stepping into a gentler era. It's undeniably cinematic, the kind of charm you simply can't manufacture. 9. Bibury, Gloucestershire, England. Bibury is one of those places that feels like it was crafted by a master painter rather than shaped by time. Located on the banks of the River Colne, this Gloucestershire gem is best known for Arlington Row, a set of 17th century weavers' cottages that have become one of the most iconic images of rural England. If you've ever seen postcards or travel books about the Cotswolds, chances are you've seen Bibury. What makes Bibury so cinematic is how harmonious everything looks. The cottages sit in a perfect line, their stone walls warmed by decades of sunlight, while the river runs gently alongside, reflecting the soft colours of the surrounding landscape. Even the footbridges, trees, and grassy banks seem arranged with artistic precision. The village is small, quiet, and packed with charm. Ducks glide across the shallow river. Wildflowers frame the pathways, and every cottage has that classic Cotswold look. Warm-toned limestone, sloping roofs, and thick wooden doors. It feels like stepping into a film about old English countryside life, especially on misty mornings when the village takes on a dreamy glow. 8. Port Isaac, Cornwall, England. Perched dramatically on Cornwall's rugged coastline, Port Isaac is a real working fishing village with winding lanes, steep hills, and tightly packed cottages overlooking the sea. Unlike some postcard spots that feel curated, Port Isaac has a natural, lived-in charm, the kind that instantly feels like a film set because of its striking visual drama. Its narrow cobbled paths twist through rows of whitewashed cottages, many of which date back centuries. The harbour sits tucked between cliffs, and at high tide, the water rises almost to the doors of the old fishermen's houses. The village's hillside layout gives visitors incredible vantage points. Stand above the harbour, and the entire settlement looks like a perfectly painted coastal scene. Port Isaac is also surrounded by some of the most beautiful coastal walks in Britain. The Atlantic Ocean roars beneath cliff-top paths, salty breezes roll through the village, and the sound of gulls echoes around the bay. It has a rugged charm that blends seaside beauty with timeless character. Every angle looks cinematic, especially at golden hour when the water softens to silver and the cottages glow against the cliffs. 7. Plockton, Highlands, Scotland. Plockton sits on a sheltered bay on Scotland's west coast, and thanks to the warm Gulf Stream, it enjoys an unusual microclimate that allows palm trees to thrive. A delightful surprise in the Highlands. The village curves gently around the water, its waterfront lined with white cottages that give it a postcard-perfect look. What makes Plockton feel like a movie set is the combination of serene coastal scenery and dramatic highland backdrop. Mountains rise behind the village, creating a layered landscape that looks breathtaking from every vantage point. The reflections on the still water often create mirror-like images of the cottages, boats, and rolling hills. Plockton has that peaceful, timeless quality that leaves visitors in awe. Fishing boats bob in the harbour. The air carries the light scent of the sea, and the quiet streets feel warm and inviting. It's cinematic, not in a theatrical sense, but in its natural beauty. A perfect blend of land, sea, and sky. 6. Clovelly, Devon, England. Clovelly is one of the most distinctive villages in Britain, famous for its steep, cobbled main street that descends dramatically toward the harbour. Clovelly feels like a preserved snapshot from centuries ago. Cars are not allowed on the main street, meaning everything, goods, luggage, even building materials, is pulled on sledges or carried by hand. This unusual setup gives the village a genuine old-world atmosphere. Its whitewashed cottages, decorated with colourful flowers, sit tightly along the path, creating a cinematic tunnel effect as you walk downhill. When you reach the bottom, the tiny harbour suddenly appears, cradled by stone walls and framed by sweeping coastal views. Because of its unique structure and peaceful pace, Clovelly feels almost unreal. The echoes of footsteps on stone, the sight of fishing nets drying by cottage doors, and the gentle rhythm of village life make it feel like a place from a beautifully shot historical film. It's atmospheric, authentic, and unforgettable. 5. Luss, Loch Lomond, Scotland. Nestled along the western shore of Loch Lomond, Luss is a gem of the Scottish Highlands. The village is known for its neat stone cottages, many of which date back to the 18th and 19th centuries. Their tidy gardens, colourful flowers and decorative details create a visually stunning streetscape. What sets Luss apart is its peaceful waterside scenery. The gentle lapping of the loch, the distant hills, and the wooden pier stretching into the water all contribute to a sense of calm that feels straight out of a romantic countryside film. The village's quiet lanes, framed by natural beauty, create perfect compositions for photography and storytelling. Luss also has historical depth. Its parish church, one of the oldest in the region, adds a sense of continuity and timelessness that fits perfectly with its cinematic feel. Whether you're exploring the pier, strolling through the floral lanes, or admiring the views across the water, Luss offers tranquil beauty at every turn. 4. Beaulieu, Hampshire, England. Beaulieu is a village with layers of charm, from its riverside setting to the history of the Beaulieu estate. Set within the New Forest National Park, the village feels surrounded by nature, with leafy lanes, horses wandering nearby fields, and a gentle river flowing through the heart of it. The village centre features traditional buildings, timber frames, and soft-coloured facades that look like part of a carefully preserved film set. The mill pond reflects the surrounding trees and cottages, creating peaceful scenes perfect for photography. The slow pace of life here, from small cafes to riverside paths, adds to its warm, inviting atmosphere. Beaulieu also carries centuries of history, from nearby abbey ruins to stately homes. This blend of heritage and natural beauty gives it a cinematic depth and a quiet elegance. 3. Haworth, West Yorkshire, England. Haworth is one of the most atmospheric villages in Britain. Its steep, cobbled high street lined with stone cottages sets the scene instantly. Walk a little farther and you're surrounded by sweeping Yorkshire moorland, the same landscape that inspired the Bronte sisters. What makes Haworth feel like a movie set is its dramatic character. The stone buildings, the hills, the crisp air, and the views over the moors all come together to create a sense of rich storytelling. You feel as if you're standing inside a classic British novel, or the adaptation of one. The Heritage Railway adds to its charm, with steam trains occasionally rolling through the valley, echoing the sounds of another era. Everything in Haworth feels layered with history, creativity, and emotion. 2. Lower Slaughter, Gloucestershire, England. Lower Slaughter might be one of the most peaceful places in the country. Built along the banks of the River Eye, the village features old stone cottages, tiny bridges, and quiet pathways where water glides gently beneath ancient foot crossings. Its beauty lies in its soft simplicity. The slow-moving stream reflects the cottages and trees, giving the whole village a polished, cinematic sheen. Even the name adds to its charm. Despite sounding dramatic, slaughter comes from an Old English word meaning muddy place, not anything unsettling. Lower Slaughter's restored watermill, warm-toned stone buildings, and tranquil atmosphere create a perfect scene for a film about countryside life. It embodies the quiet romance the Cotswolds are famous for. 1. Bourton-on-the-Water, Gloucestershire, England. Topping the list is Bourton-on-the-Water, often called the Venice of the Cotswolds. With its low bridges arching over the River Windrush and its stone cottages glowing warmly in the sun, the entire village feels ready-made for a heartfelt film scene. The river runs straight through the centre, giving the village a tranquil, flowing rhythm. People relax along the grassy banks, willow trees lean gently toward the water, and ducks glide by like extras in the background of a peaceful countryside story. What makes Bourton-on-the-Water especially cinematic is how effortlessly everything blends together. The bridges, the river, the cottages, the lanes, the greenery. It's not overly polished, just naturally beautiful. At golden hour, the entire village glows in soft amber light, turning it into a scene that feels almost unreal. Bourton combines gentle liveliness with that unmistakable old-world charm that makes British villages so loved around the world. It's the kind of place you see once and never forget. These 10 British villages aren't just beautiful. They feel like carefully crafted scenes from a timeless film. Each one blends history, scenery, charm, and warmth in a way that captures the imagination. If you're creating travel content, these villages offer the perfect blend of beauty and storytelling every viewer loves. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and don't forget to turn on the notification bell.